gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah.
In 2026, it's almost impossible for a camera device to truly surprise people, but the OPPO Find X9 Ultra did exactly that. And yes, I said camera device, not smartphone, because this feels less like a phone and more like a serious camera system. It's no longer just competing with flagship phones. It's going head-to-head with everything from beloved CCD cameras known for their colors to premium medium format cameras famous for texture and depth. Getting both color and texture usually feels impossible, but after looking through thousands of photos from the Find X9 Ultra, one thing became clear. This is a true all-round imaging machine.
Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from techiestreet. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content.
Before we talk about image quality, let's start with the first thing that grabbed my attention, the design. The OPPO Find X9 Ultra doesn't look like a typical smartphone. That huge camera module feels like it was designed by photographers, not phone designers. At first glance, it instantly reminds you of a premium camera. The colors feel natural and timeless. Then the details start to stand out. The stitched vegan leather gives it a clean, Scandinavian-inspired look. The orange buttons, classic Hasselblad branding, and engraved gear-like textures add real character. It doesn't feel like branding for the sake of branding. It feels like a continuation of Hasselblad's design DNA. The layered engravings and premium finish give it a genuine mechanical soul. And it's not just the phone. The photography kit follows the exact same design language. Everything matches perfectly in both looks and handling. When you hold the full setup, it genuinely feels like using a real Hasselblad camera. Honestly, it sometimes feels less like an OPPO phone with Hasselblad tuning and more like a Hasselblad camera with an OPPO logo. What's even surprising? I actually enjoy using it more than some real Hasselblad cameras. The reason is simple: portrait photography. The biggest upgrade comes from the new Master Light native film mode. Creating a strong color style in mobile photography is incredibly difficult. You have to balance color, detail, clarity, and realism all at once. Most systems struggle to do that, but the Find X9 Ultra pulls it off. The images have rich, emotional colors while keeping impressive texture and detail. Even on a phone screen, photos feel sharp, vibrant, and alive. The first time I saw the film-style output, I immediately understood the appeal. It's clearly inspired by classic film photography, especially those deep greens and candy-like blues associated with Portra 400 style aesthetics. And honestly, it's hard to not love. With this addition, OPPO now offers one of the richest color libraries in mobile photography. It covers nearly every timeless look photographers care about. After using the Find X9 Ultra, I honestly feel most users won't need anything else. You probably won't feel the urge to buy trendy CCD cameras or pay for expensive film-style editing apps anymore. This phone already delivers that experience. Of course, great color means nothing without great hardware. Thankfully, the hardware is just as impressive. The portrait lens uses the classic 70mm focal length, and OPPO has equipped it with the largest telephoto sensor used in a smartphone this year. That combination helps maintain excellent image quality and rich colors, even in difficult lighting. Multiple focal lengths and direct 25MP output also give photos a sense of detail that feels built to last. Even though normal and portrait modes are already excellent, OPPO didn't stop there. For photography enthusiasts, Master Mode unlocks even more creative possibilities. My favorite addition is the fluorescent film simulation, which adds extra depth and character to images. Without relying heavily on aggressive processing, Master Mode creates a natural and emotional rendering of light and shadow. If there's one feature that separates this phone from the competition, Master Mode is definitely near the top of the list. But portrait experience goes beyond software. The Find X9 Ultra introduces something almost unheard of in smartphones, a built-in 10x teleconverter system. While many brands push external lenses, OPPO integrated a true 10x optical solution directly into the phone. This expands the focal range from 14mm all the way to 260mm, creating an incredibly versatile shooting system. And that flexibility changes everything. Take the 230mm focal length, for example. It creates beautiful compression for portraits, helping subjects stand out even in crowded environments. It also allows you to shoot from a comfortable distance, making it easier to capture genuine expressions without making people feel uncomfortable. Of course, shooting at these focal lengths isn't easy. That's why OPPO developed a new reflection-free periscope system that redirects light through 5 internal reflections. It also uses nano-level coatings to reduce stray light and improve image purity. The result? Remarkably clean telephoto images, even at extreme zoom levels. Simply put, this 230mm 10x system gives nearly every focal length photographers could realistically need for portraits. And portraits are just the beginning. The Find X9 Ultra is also one of the best concert photography phones of the year. Concerts have become a huge part of modern life, and people care more than ever about capturing those moments. In fact, one reason external telephoto lenses became so popular is because people wanted better concert photos. OPPO tackled that problem in 2 ways. The first is the built-in 10x optical zoom. Because it's already inside the phone, you can handle many concert situations without carrying extra accessories. Even beyond 20x zoom, the results remain surprisingly impressive. And here's the important part. The sample photos you're seeing were taken from seats that were intentionally far from the stage. That makes the results even more impressive.
And that's not even the craziest part. With the OPPO Find X9 Ultra's teleconverter kit, the focal length can stretch to 300mm, 690mm, and even an insane 1380mm equivalent. So no matter where you're sitting at a concert, getting great shots becomes surprisingly easy. Wide stage views? No problem. Fast performer movements? Covered. Close-up facial expressions? It handles those too. And honestly, seeing Jolynn's Tsai still looking that charismatic after all these years was seriously impressive. But as much as I loved using the teleconverter for concerts, my favorite use for it was something completely different: wildlife photography. And since this trip was all about nature, there was only one place to go. Welcome to the world of golden monkeys. I've always loved these animals, and we arrived during birthing season. New life was everywhere. Using the Find X9 Ultra with the teleconverter, I could finally observe them from a respectful distance. Watching baby monkeys play with their families without disturbing them was an unforgettable experience. For wildlife photography, distance has always been the biggest challenge. Traditional smartphones simply couldn't reach far enough. But teleconverter systems are changing that. Suddenly, phones are becoming powerful tools for observing animals in their natural habitat. What's interesting is that wildlife photography and concert photography were once considered niche hobbies. Now, more people are discovering that these experiences often bring some of life's greatest emotional rewards. Everything so far will appeal to a lot of people. But now let's talk about the features that professional users and hardcore Ultra Series fans will appreciate most. Our journey took us to Tacheng County in Yunnan, where breathtaking rhododendrons were in bloom. Then we boarded a helicopter to view snow-covered mountains from above. And finally, we set out on a long hiking expedition to push the entire Find X9 Ultra system to its limits. Let's start with the new 200-megapixel ultra-resolution mode. OPPO equipped the phone with a rare 200-megapixel dual setup, meaning both the main camera and telephoto camera can shoot full 200-megapixel images. Personally, I'm not obsessed with megapixels, but when I see a truly incredible landscape, I always switch to the highest resolution possible.
because nature hides its beauty in the details. Distant mountains, grass textures, layers across the landscape. The Find X9 Ultra captures all of it naturally. Even after heavy cropping, the images remain detailed and rich in texture. It's almost like experiencing nature twice, once when you're there, and again later when you zoom deep into the photo. Some moments only happen once, like sitting in a helicopter surrounded by massive mountain views. In moments like that, you want every detail preserved. That's exactly where the 200-megapixel system shines. And it's not only great for distant subjects, its close-up performance is equally impressive. These macro shots were captured in challenging conditions, yet every tiny detail stays sharp and clear. It genuinely feels like you're seeing the raw texture of the Earth itself. And the high-definition experience doesn't stop with photos. Video performance is just as impressive. Yes, we're talking about 8K full recording. The OPPO Find X9 Ultra supports 10-bit 8K 30fps log video, delivering some of the highest video quality available on a smartphone today. Sure, most platforms don't fully take advantage of 8K yet, but those extra pixels give creators much more flexibility when cropping and reframing footage later. And resolution is only part of the story. The log format also provides incredible color flexibility. You can import your own LUTs for custom cinematic grading, or if you want great results instantly, Hasselblad Master Video Tone is ready straight out of the camera. By now, you've probably noticed one thing. The color performance on this phone is exceptional. That's thanks to OPPO's second-generation single-lens color environment sensor, next-generation HDR multispectral camera system, and DCJ HDR technology capable of up to 15 stops of dynamic range. And that's exactly why I call the OPPO Find X9 Ultra a true all-rounder. It feels ready for almost anything. Love portraits? You get incredible color styles without sacrificing image quality. Love wildlife? The telephoto system captures scenes and details most people would never even notice. Prefer landscapes? The 200-megapixel 3x telephoto camera preserves every detail, near or far. What impressed me most is how well this phone understands different users. Whether you're a casual shooter or a professional creator, it delivers the experience you're looking for. Even the hardware design feels built to inspire creativity. From the phone itself to the accessories, everything makes you want to go outside and start shooting. Objectively, no camera is perfect, but subjectively, this one comes surprisingly close. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!